If you're like many successful Canadian professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners, you've built a strong portfolio. You've saved, you've invested, you've done everything right. But now you're thinking about retirement, and one thing is missing. You don't have a pension. There's no employer sending you a guaranteed check every month. No defined benefit plan to fall back. And suddenly, all those assets you've accumulated, they feel like potential, not income. Because let's face it, turning a lump sum into a reliable monthly paycheck is one of the hardest parts of retiring without a pension. It's not just about growth, it's about structure. Knowing what to draw when and from where without running out, overpaying tax, or losing sleep every time the market moves. Hi, I'm Danny Perro, Senior Investment Advisor at CG Wealth Management. I work with professionals, business owners, and affluent Canadians who are retiring on their own terms without a workplace pension. And I can tell you, you don't need a pension to create a reliable retirement income. But you do need a plan, one that turns your savings into structure, so that instead of worrying whether you have enough, you know exactly how much income is coming in and where it's coming from every single month. So in this video, I'll walk you through the following: how to think differently when you're retiring without a pension, what goes into building your own paycheck, and the key mistakes to avoid if you want your money to last 25 or 30 plus years. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more expert financial content. Number one, know your retirement paycheck target. First step is understanding how much income you actually need, not just to survive, but to live comfortably. Don't focus on the size of your portfolio just yet. Start by asking the following: what are your fixed costs? What kind of lifestyle do you want to maintain? What will healthcare, travel, and property taxes cost as you age? For many Canadians, the sweet spot tends to be $4,000 to $6,000 per month after tax. Now subtract any guaranteed income, CPP, old age security, rental income, or small employer pensions if applicable. That difference is your income gap. That's the amount your investments need to generate month after month for the rest of your life. Number two, don't rely on the 4% rule alone. You've probably heard of the 4% rule. It suggests you can withdraw safely 4% from your portfolio each year without running out of money. But here's the reality. The 4% rule was built for a different time. It assumes average markets, consistent returns, and doesn't account for Canada's rising cost of living or complexity in taxes, especially over the last few years. If you just blindly withdraw 4% from your RRSPs or TFSAs, you could face the following: sequence of returns risk in early retirement, tax bracket spikes in high income years, and no strategy to adapt when life throws you curveballs. Instead, you need a real plan, one that adjusts based on markets, tax rules, and your actual spending needs. Number three, use the 3-bucket strategy for income stability. One of the most effective ways you can create a steady retirement paycheck without a pension is using what we call the 3-bucket strategy. Here's how it works. Bucket number one, cash and near-term needs. 0 to 2 years, this is your short-term income buffer. We call it a cash wedge. It covers the next 12 to 24 months of living expenses, held in high-interest savings accounts, GICs, or money market funds. Why, you say? Because if markets drop, you don't want to sell your investments at a loss just to pay the bills. Bucket number two, income and stability. This is the 3 to 10 year window. This bucket holds stable income producing assets, bonds, dividend paying stock, conservative balanced funds, and possibly private credit or alternative income investments. It's your engine for reliable cash flow with less volatility. Bucket number three, growth and longevity. This is your long-term growth capital. It includes equities, growth ETFs, or managed portfolios that can outpace inflation and help you stay funded into your 80s and 90s. As each bucket gets used, you refill it from the next one. That way, your cash bucket is always topped up, your investments aren't sold in down years, and your future income stays intact. Number four, coordinate your business income sources strategically. If you don't have a pension, your investments are your pension. So the way you draw from your accounts matters a lot. Here's what smart income coordination looks like. Delay CPP and OAS to age 70 if possible. This boosts your guaranteed income by up 42%. Withdraw from RSPs or RIFs earlier while you're in a lower tax bracket using a meltdown strategy. Use TFSAs for tax-free top-ups or lump sum needs. And blend income across accounts to keep your tax rate stable year to year. This strategy really helps you avoid OAS clawbacks, sudden tax spikes, and leaves more money in your control, not CRA's. Think of your accounts as tools, not just containers. It's not about which one has the most, Number 5, protect against the big 3 risks: market, tax, and longevity. When you don't have a pension, you are the pension provider. So you need to protect your income against the 3 forces that erode it the fastest. Number 1, market risk. That's where the 3-bucket strategy helps. It buffers your withdrawals during down markets so your growth bucket has time to recover. You can also reduce risk with diversification across asset classes, geographies, and income sources. Second, tax risk without proper planning. Your retirement withdrawals could push you into higher tax brackets than expected. That's why integrated income and tax planning is so critical in early retirement. Sometimes drawing from your RSP before age 71 is smarter. Other times, splitting pension income with a spouse reduces your total tax. And in some cases, delaying withdrawals is the worst thing you can do. Number 3, longevity risk. This one's simple. You might live longer than your money. That's why you need the following: guaranteed income sources like enhanced CPP and OAS, possibly an annuity or insured solution, part of your basing, and a plan that extends well into your 90s, not just to 85. Number 6, optional. Consider insured income as a backstop. For some clients, especially those without a defined benefit pension, a small portion of guaranteed insurance-backed income can add real peace of mind. This might include the following: a life annuity to cover non-negotiable expenses, or a permanent life insurance policy used as tax-free buffer for the surviving spouse. This isn't for everyone, but for those worried about outliving their investment or leaving a spouse short, it can be an effective backstop. The goal is to cover essentials with guaranteed income and to use your portfolio for lifestyle, travel, and legacy. Let's take a step back for a moment. If you're heading into retirement without a pension, it's easy to feel like you're missing something. There's no guaranteed paycheck, no employer covering the shortfalls if the markets are down, and no built-in safety net to rely on. But here's what I want you to take away: you are not behind, you are not alone, and you are not out of options. In fact, most Canadians retiring today don't have a works pension. The system has changed, and pension planning has never been more important. And while you may not have a pension, you do have a choice. You can either drift into retirement hoping that your RSPs and TFSAs will last, or you can build a deliberate income strategy, one that gives you a steady monthly paycheck for the rest of your life. That's what this is really about. It's not about chasing returns or stretching your budget. It's about creating a reliable income, protecting your lifestyle, and keeping your retirement plan on your terms. Because once that paycheck stops from work, the only one left is the one you build yourself. And if that income stream isn't structured properly from a tax, timing, or sustainability standpoint, you may end up facing tough choices later in life that were entirely avoidable. I've seen it happen, and in my 25 years of experience, I've seen this: retirees who withdrew too much too soon and had to scale back their lifestyle, couples who didn't coordinate withdrawals and lost tens of thousands to taxes, widows who were left with no pension and no backup plan after their spouse passes away. But I've also seen the opposite: clients who took time to plan it out, who built a system that gave them enough income every month to live well, without fear of outliving their money. Clients who went into retirement not just hopeful, confident. That's what I want for you. So if you're getting close to retirement, or you're already in it, but still feel unsure about how to replace that missing paycheck, let's talk. We'll walk you through your income needs, your investments, your government benefits, and your risk tolerance, and design a plan that works for you. Not a generic rule of thumb, but a real strategy built around your life. Because this isn't just about investments. It's about clarity. It's about security. It's about building a retirement that actually works in real life, not just on paper. If you're looking for a second opinion on your retirement income strategy, book a time with me using the link in the description below. You only retire once. I'm Danny Perro with CG Wealth Management. Remember, money never sleeps.